Welcome back to the channel where we take history way too seriously, and also not seriously at all. Today we are diving into the life of John Adams, America's most underappreciated founding father, a man who somehow managed to be second at everything and still consider himself a winner. Buckle up because this is going to be a ride through powdered wigs, petty grudges, and one very dramatic death. Let us start at the very beginning, because apparently John Adams was destined to be complicated from day one. First, little Johnny was born on October 30, 1735, in Braintree, Massachusetts, which was basically the suburb nobody asked for but everyone ended up living in. Second, his father, also named John Adams, was a farmer and a deacon, which means young John grew up with two very conflicting life lessons: work the land and also fear God, preferably simultaneously. Third, Adams was originally pushed toward farming as a career, which honestly the world of diplomacy probably benefited from, because can you imagine this man negotiating with a stubborn turnip? Fourth, he eventually attended Harvard College at the age of 16, because apparently being a teenager with an existential crisis was not enough, he needed to add academic pressure to the mix. Fifth, after graduating he briefly taught school in Worcester, a job he reportedly despised, which makes complete sense because John Adams did not seem like a man who enjoyed being told what to do, let alone telling others. Now let us talk about the truly remarkable chapters of this man's life, and trust me, there are some absolute bangers in here. First remarkable thing: Adams defended British soldiers after the Boston Massacre in 1770. Yes, you heard that correctly. While everyone around him was screaming revolution, he stood up in court and defended the very soldiers colonists wanted to hang. He believed in due process so strongly he basically volunteered to be the most unpopular man in Boston, which takes a very specific kind of audacity. Second remarkable thing: he helped negotiate the Treaty of Paris in 1783, which formally ended the Revolutionary War. So the man who defended British soldiers also helped kick Britain out. Legendary range. Third remarkable thing: he became America's first vice president under George Washington, a job he himself described as the most insignificant office ever invented, and honestly same John, same. Fourth remarkable thing: his presidency was defined by the quasi-war with France, a conflict so confusing it literally has the word quasi in the name. Adams kept the United States out of a full-blown war through sheer diplomatic stubbornness, which history largely ignored because apparently peace is boring. Fifth remarkable thing: he and Thomas Jefferson, who were bitter rivals for decades, somehow rekindled their friendship through an extraordinary correspondence of letters, becoming one of history's most unexpected bromances. Now let us talk about elections, because John Adams had quite the experience with democracy, and by quite the experience I mean democracy was genuinely rude to him. In 1796, under the original electoral system, the candidate with the most electoral votes became president and the runner-up became vice president. Adams won the presidency but Jefferson came in second, meaning Adams had to spend 4 years with his political enemy as his vice president. That is not governance, that is a reality television show. Then in 1800 Adams ran for re-election and lost to Jefferson in what historians politely call the Revolution of 1800 and what I call the most passive-aggressive handover of power in recorded history. The election itself was a chaotic tie between Jefferson and Aaron Burr that had to be resolved by the House of Representatives. Adams did not even wait for the inauguration, he left Washington before sunrise on Inauguration Day. The pettiness was immaculate. Now for the ending that history somehow made poetic. John Adams died on July 4, 1826, the 50th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. His reported last words were "Thomas Jefferson survives," which was tragically incorrect because Jefferson had actually died earlier that same day. Even in death, Adams got the information slightly wrong, which is so perfectly on brand for a man who spent his entire life being just a little bit off from the main storyline of history. He was 90 years old, which means he outlasted almost everyone who ever annoyed him, and that is genuinely the most John Adams thing possible. So there you have it, the second president of the United States, perpetually second but never second-rate. A man of principle, pettiness, and remarkable timing, even if his timing was occasionally off by a few hours. If you made it this far, clearly you have excellent taste in historical content. Please smash that like button, subscribe so you never miss another deep dive into history's most dramatic personalities, share this with a friend who needs to appreciate John Adams more, and drop a comment below telling me who you want to see next. History is waiting and so am I.